California's ultimate sprint car thrill ride set to go to green here at Ventura. 30 times around, we're underway. You're going to pace onto the back straightaway. It will be your pole sitter, Caleb Montgomery, jumping out to the early advantage. Personally in second, they're side by side for third. Advantage, Kevin Thomas Jr. of Carson Macedo for the time being. Winner of this one going to walk away with $5,000, $3,000 in the pocket of Nason Pursley last night. As the steam pours off of the right rears on these machines. Everybody's singling out, kind of fighting their way down to the bottom. We'll see how much the track changes here through the 30 laps. A couple of drivers still fighting in that middle groove. Macedo leading that charge of Tarleton Sons number 21, the 10 of Moles chasing him. He's going to peek to the inside, challenge for the fourth spot on the back straightaway. Moles going to take it. Macedo not able to get down to the inside line now. See where he rides into turns 1 and 2. Holds on to that middle groove here. A.J. Bender coming to challenge him here. The number 21 as they work off into turns 3 and 4. Now Macedo going to go to vacate the top and take it down to the bottom. Next driver in line trying the high side, coming to the 18 of David Gasper. He currently runs in the 8th spot. Problems for Calderwood at 1 and 2. He got the car a little out of sorts, but he gets it back underneath him. We hold on to it and we stay green. Caleb Montgomery taking full advantage of that pole starting position. He'll have the back of the field starting to come to view. Last night, the roles were reversed. The driver chasing him with one being chased, and it was an absolute wild affair. Those two drivers cutting through traffic. A little bit of bumper banging going on, a little bit of tire tapping. Whoa, we got one over the wall. Look out, right in front of your leaders. Oh my. That provisional start almost took out the leaders. John DeWeese. So we'll get a look at the final moments here. As he came out, grabbed the wall, and then bye-bye. One race from retirement. And getting the slow-mo look. Caleb Montgomery, Nason Pursley, Kevin Thomas Jr., Mitchell Moles, Carson Macedo, your top 5. Bender, Gasper, Lewis, Cole Macedo. Jake Swanson, your top 10. We're back after it. Fights on for the lead. Here comes the 86 of Pursley, looking to the inside. He's got the grip, he's got the go, but at the line it's going to be Montgomery. 0.091 seconds. He holds on to it now, gets the elbows up. Pursley with another good charge to the back straightaway. Diamante windows and doors, number 86, setting sights on the Woodland Auto Display Shop, Caleb.com, number 3. Both drivers up to the middle and high cruise into turns 1 and 2 to lead the low side open. Kevin Thomas Jr. watching things go down for that third spot. Your top 3 and a little bit of a breakaway from the rest of the running order. Oh, your leader tight that time in turn number 4. He saves it though, and Caleb Montgomery's going to hold on to the top spot. Montgomery, that car was all kinds of tight in the middle of turn number 4. Got that freight train righted though as he goes down to the bottom of 3. Lets her swing wide to the exit turn number 4. Pursley all the way around the hub of the racetrack. As your top 2, putting some distance between himself and KTJ there for a second. Kevin Thomas trying to get back into this mix. A little bit further back, Mitchell Moles running it forth. Carson Macedo, your top 5 right now, side by side for the race lead. Pursley still can't get there. Slide job into 1 and 2. This time, got it for a moment. Montgomery back to his inside. Challenge for the top spot into turns 3 and 4. Caleb around the inside. Pursley bounces her off of the rut, and Caleb Montgomery's going to hold on to it. Back and forth, good battling going on in front of this one. It is Montgomery. Pursley still right there. Both drivers going to inch down to the bottom of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. Kevin Thomas watching it all go on, and Mitchell Moles is starting to reel him in. Cole Macedo, David Gasper, Jake Swanson, Macedo, Lewis, and Bender. That's your top 10, and we got one slowing here. Again, your provisional starter. Slowing the top of the racetrack there. That allows the 10 of Moles to get the run and get the momentum to take away the third spot. So Mitchell Moles up into third. Challenge on for the race lead once more. 86 trying to inside, Montgomery to the outside. It's still Montgomery. Here comes Pursley. Up the racetrack side by side. Has to wait on the car a little bit. Loses ground onto the far side of the racetrack. Coming up on a slower car as we've got one upside down right in front of your leaders. Look out. Oh my, red lights come on. That is Nate Shank in the 1. Silver Dollar, Santa Maria, and Ocean Speedway, all sites of Caleb Montgomery victories. See if he can add Ventura to it here tonight. Makes his way off of turn number 4, brings the field back to green. Bursley sticking down to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to keep pace with your leader. However, the caution lights are on, and Kevin Thomas is gone around over in turns 1 and 2. See if we can get a look at the replay here on FloRacing. On the restart, Macedo going in, trying to carry that momentum up and grab the top of the racetrack, and when he did, he caught the rear bumper of Kevin Thomas on the way by. Up into the top 5. Off of turn number 4, single file past the pylon. We're backing away. Macedo going to try the inside, going to look for a room to run, couldn't get it. Moles and Pursley able to fend off his charge. Pursley going back to the bottom for turns 3 and 4. He'll go after the race lead once again. Here comes a slide job. Goes up side by side with Montgomery. Couldn't get it up in front of him fast enough. Caleb holds on to it. Dason still right there. Top 5, all going to trek to the top side of the speedway through turns 3 and 4. First car to the break rank is going to be Jake Swanson at 17. Swanson running in the 6th spot. Comosito in 7th. Ricky Lewis, AJ Benner, Jake Andriani, your top 10. Side by side, 2 rows. Deep contact, right rear meet, left front. Macedo just sailed Moles into the wall and upside down. And Mitchell Moles already up and out of the car. He is okay. And Moles is going to have a conversation. Drake, what's going on down there?
Well, we're about to find out. Mitchell, what did you see from your vantage point there in turn number 4?
I just want to talk to him. I don't need to talk to anybody else.
All right, pretty clear there. We'll see what the move is here with the Macedo machine and Mitchell Moles. But I think he's not going to have very many nice things to say, Brian.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not exchanging cooking recipes over there.
Not even in the fucking realm. There's 3 of them at me. Like,
I was trying to stop and not hit
you
you.
can't stop somebody when you're going that fast. You can't slide them when they're all going that fast.
I was actually
I
trying to like
I
slow
was as
down
close
and
as
didn't
you
work.
were. I'm probably as close as you are to the guy in front of me, but I'm not going to clear it.
I know you're mad. I would be mad.
Mitchell, I'll give you a ride.
I'm sorry, man.
So definitely voicing his displeasure. We'll get a look at the replay here on FloRacing. And going in, bottom to top, and again, that right rear finding the left front. And Moles going for a ride. Getting another look from the top, and man, once he made contact, just snap rolling Mitchell. It was tough to hear from the ambient down there, but at one point Macedo had said, I would be mad too. So acknowledging the situation, but a tough, tough break. Back-to-back runner-up finishes here at Ventura coming into tonight. Single file to the green. Pursley immediately going to charge the bottom. Bangs right with your leader onto the back straightaway. Keep an eye on Macedo. Getting a run on the high side here, trying to get up and steal away the win. Ooh, we got one into that tire barrier. Caution. Right as Macedo and Pursley were starting to duke it out for that second spot. Yellow lights come on. Believe that is the 28 of Bryant Bell that found the tire barrier there at the end of the wall. Set to go back to green. Single file once again past the pylon over turn number 4. We're backing away. This time Pursley going to charge the top. Macedo's going to go to the inside. Gets up alongside Pursley. Squeezes him up to the wall, forces him on the binders. Here comes Pursley with the slide, tries to retake the second position. They're going to go after each other for second, and Caleb Montgomery's going to try to run away. Pursley not done with the Tarleton Suns, number 21. Retakes the second spot, now going to dive to the bottom. He's going to look for the race lead. Caleb Montgomery holds on to it around to the front straightaway. Pursley finally getting clear of Macedo. Gasper running that fourth spot. Macedo's not done. Tries the inside. Has to slow the car up a little bit to keep him going to the side of the 86. Everybody clean and green as they work into turns 3 and 4. Now here comes the second Macedo into that mix. Trying to get a 2-for-1 deal. Cole coming after the 17 as well as the 18 machine. Trying to get by Gasper and Swanson here. So far, Gasper able to fend off his charge. In the meantime, Pursley trying to build a run here. The PristineAuction.com number 86. Here comes the slide into 1. Does he have it at a turn number 2? He does. New leader onto the back straightaway. Dason Pursley working by Caleb Montgomery. Both drivers down to the bottom. Montgomery to his inside. A better run to the front straightaway. Does he retake it at the line? He does. Dason Pursley there to his inside once again. Throws the slide into 1. Has it at the exit of turn number 2. Caleb still right there. Macedo chasing now into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Pursley across the racetrack. Caleb going to try to turn to his inside. This time, Pursley, he'll come around to officially lead the way. Caleb Montgomery back to the race lead. Slide job in turns 1 and 2. Pursley down to the bottom. Montgomery up across the racetrack. Pursley with a good drive to the front straightway. It's Caleb Montgomery back to the top spot. Here comes Macedo. 2-for-1 into turns 1 and 2. Bounces off the wall back to third. Caleb Montgomery, Dason Pursley able to both make their way by. Game on at the front of the field here with the Ultimate Sprint Car Series. Oh, look out, Macedo's into the wall. Gasper Macedo contact, and the 21 finds the concrete this time. And he is going to crawl up into the car, race fans. Carson is okay. See if we can get a look at what happened here on the FloRacing broadcast. Our speed shot was obliterated there, so coming in right at the end, you see the contact between Gasper and Macedo. And Macedo catches the very edge of the wall. When he does, it just rips the front end useless on that thing. And of course, airborne, brakes don't matter. The next wall bringing it to a very abrupt stop. Single file. A dash to the finish. Get Montgomery fend off the charge of Pursley. Both drivers up to the top of the racetrack. Here comes the next Macedo to challenge. Up into that third spot. Here comes Pursley for the lead. Montgomery going to turn to his inside. They'll swap lines in the front straightaway. Dason Pursley has it. 3 laps remain. Dason Pursley, Caleb Montgomery. The gloves are off, and they are duking it out in this one. Pursley going to get about the best advantage he's had here in the entire race. Now going to try to run away. Montgomery back to second. Cole Macedo in the meantime. He has made his way up into third. David Gasper, Ricky Lewis rounding out your top 5 right now. Pursley into the lead and now gone, but it's not over yet. White flag coming one more time around. Pursley entering to the middle of 1, brings it out wide to the exit of turn number 2. Has a half a straightaway as he works into turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag going to fly as he hooks the rut in 3 and 4. Nobody close enough to capitalize. He will sweep the sprint car portion of Turkey Night. Dason Pursley wins for the Ultimate Sprint Car Series. Caleb Montgomery in second, Cole Macedo in third, David Gasper in fourth, Ricky Lewis your top 5, AJ Bender, Jake Swanson, Logan Calderwood, Jake Andriotti, and Cody Majors. Unofficially rounding out your top 10. 11th time this season, he's going to sit in victory lane. Second time of the weekend, he's going to pop up to the top of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, let him hear it. Dason Pursley, your winner here tonight with the Ultimate Sprint Car Series.
You said it, Brian. How about it, race fans? Dason Pursley sweeps the Turkey Night Grand Prix when it comes to the Ultimate Sprint Car Series competition. Remember, he starts on the pole in the 98-lap midget race, but Dason It seemed like Caleb had a little bit better car than you in the early stages of that race. You and Macedo started sliding each other. Did Carson maybe show you something there that helped you find another gear?
Yeah, definitely. Just to set up in the seat and get the job done for sure. The car was, I felt like, really good the whole race long. Just trying to pace Caleb. I mean, he set a wicked pace there out front early on, and we honestly didn't catch lap traffic like we did last night. I was kind of just waiting on that to try to see if I could move around and do stuff, and I tried to circle the bottom a little bit on a couple of those restarts, but Caleb just had this place figured out there for those 30 laps, and once Macedo started throwing the sliders like he usually does, it was time to get up on the wheel and get the job done, and just a super cool race. I mean, this place is awesome for non-wing sprint cars, and everything that the Sprint Car Unlimited Series is doing right here for California non-wing racing is super cool, and just excited to be a part of it. I'm glad, Chad and the gang got to bring the Avanti Windows and Doors, Not Any Drink, Pristine Auction 360 non-wing car out here, and it's just fun to drive this thing.
Racing is intense here at Ventura, but I know you had to be smiling behind the wheel. How fun was that battle between you and Caleb? Because it just seemed like for 30 laps straight almost, you two were trading sliders back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, bullring racing, no matter what kind of car you're in, is some of the stuff that I think I enjoy the most. And it's just you got to get up on the wheel and get the job done, and the setup kind of gets thrown out of the window. It's just how bad do you want it? So Caleb made me set up in the seat, and so did Carson. And just one of those races where you can just never get away from something. And thankfully, the last couple laps we did.
Dason Pursley doubles up here with the Ultimate Sprint Car Series, part of the Turkey Night Grand Prix. And as you heard me say earlier, he starts on the pole for the 98-lap feature event. He could double up here on Saturday night alone. Genevieve Malone has second, Caleb Montgomery. And Genevieve, I know he's got to be pretty dejected after that one.
Yes, it was a back-and-forth battle between Caleb Montgomery and Dason Pursley. Caleb, take us through that final restart.
That was pretty crazy, especially when Carson got thrown his name up in there. I feel like I need to go on that podcast and talk about it and just talk about how, at this level you got to race like that. But it seems like it got taken care of back there because getting sliders thrown like that isn't cool, and putting yourself in positions like that. So I'm glad that got taken care of. But, man, hats off to Dason. That was really clean. He gave me a lot of room. He gave me a lot of respect. He didn't put me in a situation where I just had to stab on the brakes or wreck, which is really nice and really respectful. So I really like it whenever people race really respectful. And, I ran second a lot here, but it wouldn't be possible without my family and Max and Pombo coming along this journey for this whole season, and David Cry, the Woodlands. None of this would be possible without any of them. So I'm really fortunate, really grateful that we got to finish this race and didn't get taken out like the rest of them. But, that's how it goes. Second sucks, but it's better than getting wrecked.
Caleb Montgomery taking second for the weekend. Going to send it to Drake with third.
Cole Macedo rounds out your podium in third, and I don't even know what to describe the area of the pack you're in. I think war zone is probably the best way to describe it. How in the world did you manage to avoid all that and still come out on the podium?
Man, it takes a really good race car. Drew Warner, Nate, little Greg DeCaris, everybody, JGR guys came down, and they prepared me a really good race car, and it just took me about all night last night and about half of that feature to try to figure out how to get this thing bent and not crash and make good laps. So once I started doing my job, we were really good, and I was super, super thankful to be driving this Tarleton Motorsports number 21.
Cole Macedo rounds out your podium in third in the Turkey Night Grand Prix for the Ultimate Sprint Car Series. That one was a barn burner start to finish, Brian Holbert.
Definitely so. Dason Pursley with a win. Caleb Montgomery in second. Cole Macedo 8th to third tonight. David Gasper 9th to fourth. Ricky Lewis in fifth. AJ Bender in sixth. Jake Swanson 13th to 7th. Logan Calderwood coming up to 8th. 9th was Jake Andriani. And Cody Majors 22nd to 10th is your hard charger in this feature event. Jacob Tuttle in 11th. Austin Wood in 12th. Grant Sexton in 13th. Ryan Whitley in 14th. Hunter Maddox in 15th. Nate Shank in 16th. Ryan Timmons in 17th. Brent Owens in 18th. Carson Macedo in 19th. Mitchell Moles in 20th. Brian Bell, Kevin Thomas Jr., and John DeWeese unofficially rounding out your field. What a battle here tonight with the Ultimate Sprint Car Series. And again, congratulations to Dason Pursley and the CB Industries Avanti number 86 on the weekend sweep in USCS competition.